Hi, I'm Christy from Tandem, and I'm here to show you how to insert, use, and disconnect your AutoSoft 30 infusion set. Before we dive in, here's an important safety tip. Never change your infusion set right before bed. Give yourself at least a couple of hours to monitor your glucose levels and make sure everything is working properly. The AutoSoft 30 is suitable for all body types, but if you're lean, the shallow angle of the cannula might be especially helpful to ensure it sits into the fatty tissue instead of the muscle. Now, let's talk about features. The AutoSoft 30 has a flexible 30-degree cannula, an automatic inserter for consistent angle insertion, and a handy design that lets you temporarily disconnect the tubing at the site. It also has a larger adhesive patch and a window to check where the cannula is inserting. Before you get started, make sure you have all of your supplies ready. You'll need your pump with the filled cartridge already installed. You'll also need your AutoSoft 30 infusion set with the tubing package and any additional supplies. First, wash your hands and clean your insertion site. Let it air dry. The AutoSoft 30 can be worn on different areas of your body. Choose a site free of hairs, scars, stretch marks, loose skin, and tattoos. These are not recommended areas as the infusion set may not adhere properly and may result in poor insulin absorption. Check your infusion set and ensure the tamper-proof seal and sterile paper are intact. Don't use if they're damaged. Now, let's get your inserter ready. Start by pulling down on the red tape and removing the clear plastic. Then take off the paper backing. Caution, don't pull back on the spring just yet. Then, pop the top by holding both ends firmly with the seam in the middle. Take a look at the inserter. Notice the ridges on each side and the smooth indentations on the opposite sides. The ridges help you retract the inserter, whereas the round indentations are where you press to insert the infusion set. Hold the ridges with one hand, and with your other hand, gently pull back the plastic ring until you hear a click. If the needle protector doesn't fall off, carefully remove it. Inspect the introducer needle to make sure the plastic cannula is below the tip and the tape isn't stuck. Now you're ready to insert. Position the inserter flat against your chosen site, ensuring the cannula is at the correct angle. Hold the inserter gently in place and press on the round indentations to insert the infusion set. Then hold the infusion set steady as you pull the inserter away. If that's difficult, straddle the clear window with 2 fingers while pulling. Remove the adhesive paper, starting with the back and then the front, and press the adhesive firmly onto your skin. Replace the protective lid on the inserter for proper disposal. Now let's get the tubing ready. Next, take the tubing out of the packaging. Uncoil and remove the circular protective cap by squeezing the ridges and pulling. Attach the tubing to the cartridge connector and twist clockwise until it's tight. A small space is normal. Now you're ready to fill the tubing with insulin. First, hold the pump with the cartridge connector or pigtail pointing up to push out the air bubbles. Next, point the infusion set needle downwards. Then check for air gaps in the tubing. If you see air gaps, continue filling until they are no longer visible. Finally, ensure you see drops of insulin at the end of the connector needle before proceeding. Then, connect the filled tubing to the infusion set. The soft tube that sits under your skin has air in the cannula. You'll need to fill it with insulin. Use your pump or app to fill your cannula. Consider setting a reminder to change your site every 2 to 3 days. Don't forget to resume insulin delivery to complete the process. Keep a close eye on your glucose during the 2 hours after insertion. If your glucose is unexpectedly high, your site may not be absorbing insulin properly. When in doubt, change it out. Persistently elevated glucose is a sign that you are not getting enough insulin and therefore increases your risk for diabetic ketoacidosis, or DKA. Now that you've learned how to insert your AutoSoft 30 infusion set, let's talk about how easy it is to temporarily disconnect. To disconnect, hold the infusion set steady and gently squeeze the ridges near the tubing. Then pull straight out to disconnect. Remember, never disconnect from the cartridge connector as this can introduce air into the tubing. Reconnecting is a snap. Simply insert the connector needle into the infusion set. You should hear a click. That's it! Now you're ready to use your AutoSoft 30 infusion set. For more helpful resources, visit the pump training section of our website. Thanks for watching.